Hey there, just let me know if... Oh, I've got a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Let me know if everything's alright, if you can see me. I've taken a little bit of break from streaming for the last few weeks. So, just give me a heads up. I'm gonna... Oh, you're all there. Awesome. Okay. So, welcome. My name is Matt. And today is the last in our series of Thailand. We're going to visit the temple of Wat Arun. And without further ado, let's go there. And how you get to Wat Arun is... Wat Arun is located on the river that runs through Bangkok. And so to get there, you need to take a short ferry that gets you to the Wat Arun temple. So we're gonna have a look. Welcome, Deirdre, Tishes, hi Matt, and Joanne, and Deirdre. And here we are. Wat Arun is coming up right there on the left. It's called Temple of the Dawn. But actually the best times to visit are in the early morning or before it closes. So we're gonna arrive fairly shortly and get off the boat and explore. And the reason why I wanted to show you this temple is because it's got a really, really interesting story. It's been around for a long time, and the story behind it is really interesting. And we're going to be able to look at all the nooks and crannies. We're going to go right around. We'll learn something of the history of Wat Arun. And here we are. Here's the pier where we're getting off. Welcome, Diane. Okay, there we are. Perfect. Let's step off the boat and walk to Wat Arun. Now I want to show you something, and that is the 10 baht coin. So the 10 baht coin in Thailand has Wat Arun on the cover. I remember looking at the coins, I was like, whoa, that's Wat Arun, and I'm going to Wat Arun. This is so cool. So have a look out if you're in Thailand. Hey Cheryl, and hi. Have a look at the 10 baht coin. It's got Wat Arun on it. So let's continue. So now I've jumped off the boat, and we're gonna continue our journey. So we're gonna enter here. Now you get a ticket. I think it's about 100 baht to enter. And let's enter through the gates. I'll tell you about the fascinating history of Wat Arun. Let's go. So Wat Arun, also known as Temple of the Dawn, there's a ticket. You buy it as soon as you enter, exit the ferry. It's about 100 baht per person. Lynn says, hi Matt and everyone. I last went to Wat Arun around 12 years ago, but it seems ages since I was there. Yeah, and you'll see it may look a bit differently to when you were last there. And Lynn says the 10 baht looks exactly like the 2 euro coins. Yeah, it's got like two parts. It's got that golden outer edge and then the silver inside. So the Wat Arun temple is a Buddhist temple in Bangkok, Thailand, and it's situated on the west bank of the river that runs through, the main river that runs through Thailand. And if you want to come visit Wat Arun, it's open every day from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Now, I can tell you, I came here, this was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or maybe 4, but really the best time is just before it closes. Even though it's called the Temple of the Dawn, it looks best at sunset. So that's really the best time to come. And for entry, it's about 100 baht. And Joanne says it's been renovated in the last couple of years, and I'll tell you a little bit about that renovation later. So my little tip for visiting Wat Arun, visit just before it closes. That's the most amazing time to be there. Now it rises like whenever you are on the river, where you can see Wat Arun, it just rises like a glittering palace overlooking the western side of the river. It's one of Thailand's most spectacular and oldest temples, and the site is renowned for its colorful glazed ceramic tiles. There we can get a nice close-up of them. Reportedly there are over 1 million of them, and of course the central ornate spire, also known as a prang, that towers to about 260 feet or about 80 meters. There we can see the height of it there. That's 260 feet or about 80 meters, so really, really tall. If you on the other side of the bank, and you can't miss Wat Arun, it just sticks out into the sky. But the reason why I wanted to come and film here is because Wat Arun has a very interesting story that makes it quite unique. And so what it is that it's the story of the tiles. So what makes this temple particularly unusual is the origin of the tiles. They were originally broken bits of Chinese dishes that were salvaged from a British shipwreck. And you'll see as we walk around, I'll get some close-ups of the tiles, and it's just, I was just like in awe of like the creativity and like the inspiration to use the idea to like reuse and recycle and salvage items and make something amazing out of them. I just was really inspired by, and you can see some of the work here. So they took the tiles, they broke them into smaller pieces and just made these amazing works of art. You'll see flowers. There's one of the flowers. Just you can see the actual plate that's been made from. The plate has been cut up into pieces, made into petals. It's just super inspiring to see. So for me, that was one of the most amazing things about Wat Arun, the fact that it's covered in this Chinese porcelain that was found from a British shipwreck. And it's so clever, just having a look at the different flowers and different shapes that were created just using these tiles. A lot of imagination and ingenuity going into them. So they've crafted these ornate flower petals and embedded them into Wat Arun to produce a glittering effect under the sun. Now, Wat Arun is also, people come here to obviously take photos. A lot of people like to dress up in traditional Thai clothing and come here and do photo shoots. And the great thing is there's so many different levels to Wat Arun. You'll always be able to find, even though I was there, you can see there are a lot of people there. There's a lot of space, there's a lot of levels, and you can find a little quiet place to take a photo. So we'll be going up and down these stairs, around some corners. And Tisha's saying it reminds her of Gaudi's work at the park, or it does. Yeah, Gaudi also has like uses the tiles and uses them in a really creative way. So there you can see in the background that the palace, and then Wat Pho, which is where we went, I think, in one of our last live streams, where we saw the giant reclining Buddha. So the name, the Temple of the Dawn, was given during the Atutaya period in 1768 by King Taksin, who came across the original site by boat after returning from a battle with the Burmese army. And as he approached the city at sunrise, the king named the glittering spectacle after the Hindu god Urana, who is the charioteer of the sun god Surya. Later, King Rama III added elaborate ceramic tiles, tiny seashells, Buddha statues, as well as the signature central pagoda spire that you can see there on the right. Oh, and we're going to be seeing a lot more of these statues, and this has to do with the Hindu religion. You're going to be seeing statues of monkeys all there. It's amazing to be able to touch those tiles that are from that shipwreck, that British shipwreck, still being used to this day. So yeah, we'll be learning, especially moving on when we go to Cambodia and Siem Reap and Angkor Wat. We're going to be learning about a little bit more about the Hindu religion and the meaning of these. On the Wat Arun, you're going to see these figures. There's 3 figures. There's the figures of the monkeys and the demons and like the angels, but I'll be telling you a little bit more about that a little bit later, and also in the next season where we move to Angkor Wat. That's coming up next week. So despite its name being Temple of the Dawn, the full scope of Wat Arun is perhaps best appreciated at sunset from the river. And if you want to get the best photos, you want to be like the other side of the river or on the boat at sunset, and you get this beautiful outline of Wat Arun with the sun in the background. It's just really beautiful. It's considered as one of the most iconic and most recognizable and most beautiful temples in Thailand because of its unique design, fine craftsmanship, colorful decorated tiles, and of course its majestic riverside location that stands right across the river from Wat Pho and the palace temple. Now, the central tower, or prang, is said to symbolize Mount Meru, the home of the gods in Hindu cosmology, and the center of the physical and spiritual universe, with its grand tiered design that resembles a stairway to heaven. There you've got that stairway to heaven going up. Surrounding the prang or spire, there are 3 rows of statues, and we're going to be learning more about these next week as well. So on the bottom row, there are demons representing hell, and the middle row depicts monkeys, which represent the earth, and then the top row are the angels representing heaven. So those statues are all full of meaning. So you're having the demons at the bottom representing hell, the monkeys representing the earth, and the angels representing heaven. As you go up the temple, you'll see those various statues. So there's a lot in common with what we'll see next week with when we're at in Cambodia at Angkor Wat. Oh, Lynn's asking, when you visited Angkor Wat, did you go to Pump Street? Was it fun? Yes. Now, Siem Reap is a very small town, but it's got a big party scene for such a small town. Bigger than even Hong Kong. So there you can see the demons on the bottom part of the pagoda, and then as it's going up, you'll see the monkeys, and then right at the top, the angels. Now, somebody was saying earlier, let me see who it was. Oh yeah, Joanne was saying that Wat Arun has been renovated, and yes, it was renovated. Recently underwent an extensive 3-year renovation to restore the Chinese porcelain tiles and seashells, as well as the base of the pagoda. So that was complete in about 2017. They completed that restoration. This is what I love, like people dressing up in traditional Thai clothing and coming to take photos. And it's very, if you're in Thailand, very easy. There are a lot of places close by where you can rent traditional Thai clothes, come and take a photo. Just makes it feel really authentic. And oh yes, and of course I'm in Thailand. It's very hot. Thailand is always hot, and the best thing to wear if you want to stay cool are elephant pants. So I'm wearing those. So if you see my feet in shot, I'm wearing elephant pants, and I'm sure you'll see other people wearing them. Yeah, it's those very tie-dye style pants. So we're coming now to the bottom, and we'll get a nice, this is the back of Wat Arun. We're gonna just walk a little bit, and then we're gonna stop, and then I'm gonna show you the next section of the video. Yeah, the elephant pants are very popular. You'll see a lot of tourists wearing them. They keep you cool, and here we're going to go back now. They keep you cool in Thailand weather, and yeah, I didn't. You need someone to I was just traveling by myself. You need someone to take photos of you. So if I was with someone, then I would have done that. I rented some traditional Thai clothes. And I still have my elephant clothes. In fact, my brother just visited me here in Hong Kong, and I gave him a pair because I had a couple pairs because it was quite hot this past weekend. So I want to tell you a little bit more about the history of Wat Arun as we walk around the other side. So I said earlier that Wat Arun had existed since the time of the Ayutthaya kingdom. So when you come to Thailand, one of the tours you can do is to visit the old kingdom of Thailand, the old Ayutthaya kingdom. It's a couple of hours. It's like a couple of hours drive, or an hour or two's drive out of Bangkok, and it's definitely well worth. It's a whole day trip, definitely worth visiting. And so this site existed since that period, and at that time it wasn't known as Wat Arun. It was known as Wat Bangkok. That was after the village Bangkok in which it was built. which is named after a plant in Thailand. Now, according to historians, the temple was shown in French maps, or first appeared on French maps in 1656. And then in 1767, the Thaksin was coming back from the Burmese army battle, and that's when it got its new name. So when Thaksin saw it, he was just in awe, and he vowed to restore the temple after passing it at dawn, and hence the name, the Temple of the Dawn. Now, at a certain point, this temple, Wat Arun, enshrined the Emerald Buddha. Now, if you want to go see the Emerald Buddha, you can go see it. It's now being moved, and it's currently in the Wat Pho Temple complex. That's its permanent resting place, but it was at one point kept here in Wat Arun. So this temple, Wat Arun, was on the grounds of the royal palace during Thaksin's reign, before his successor, Rama I, moved the palace to the other side of the river where it currently is. Now, the temple itself has undergone various restorations. One of the major restorations was from 1868 to 1910, and then there was also another restoration in the 1980s, and then the latest one being ending in 2017. Now, there was some criticism after the latest restoration, because the temple's appearance seemed a little bit more whitewashed compared to its previous state. But the Fine Arts Department, there's a special university. You'll see all the these old historical religious buildings. They have a special department at the university that restore and look after and keep these really, really old, iconic and spaces up to date and looking and making sure they don't fall into disrepair. And so that department, they look after Wat Arun. And even when we were walking in Wat Pho, we saw there was somebody there just restoring some of the paintwork. So even though these places are really old, they're always restoring them. And because you can imagine living in a place like Thailand, it's a very hot and humid place, and in that sort of location, things disintegrate, and you know how water can just destroy anything. So it's really important that they're continually restoring it and making it look like new. You can notice there's little statues of the Chinese guarding the temple of Wat Arun. There's some on the stairs there. Now we're looking up at the central prang that's topped with a 7-pronged trident right at the top. This is referred to as the trident of Shiva. Shiva, one of the very important gods in the Hindu religion. And around the base are various figures of ancient Chinese soldiers and animals. So we saw some of those Chinese soldiers earlier as we were walking the stairs. Lynn says the tiles look clearer and brighter than when we saw them 12 years ago. So I think they did a good job with the restoration. So in Buddhist iconography, the central prang, that's what we're walking around right now, is considered to have 3 symbolic levels. The base, so which is down, and now we're currently in the middle area. And the middle is called the Tava Tumsa. And then there's the top that indicates the heavens. So you've got the separation of spaces. Yes, so Joanne's saying you can't go right to the top. You can only go to the bottom and then the middle section where we're walking around right now. But you can't, there's no access to the top tier. And there we're seeing one of those, either the monkeys or the angels. And then you can see the use of shells, really, really cool. Yeah, Evelyn's saying maybe they're allowed up when there is a religious ceremony. Yeah. That's probably one of the few times you can go up. All we can get access to is you can look up at the stairs going up at you, but it's the way is blocked off, so you won't find any people going up those stairs to those higher tiers. And I don't know if you can sense it, but it is extremely steep, and the steps up and down are quite narrow. So when you walk down, I actually walked down. When I was walking down, I walked I didn't walk forward. I walked from side to side down, just to prevent myself from falling off. And yeah, I've visited Wat Arun twice, and the first time I visited was literally maybe 20 minutes before it closed, but the lighting was just beautiful. And this time that we're here now, it was about 3:30 in the afternoon. Oh, so Evelyn said, just to continue what Evelyn was saying, she says maybe they are allowed up when there are religious ceremonies, because it's like that in the Borobudur temple in Indonesia. So it might be similar in Thailand. So I'm gonna quickly tell you what we got up. We still got a couple of minutes until we finish, but I'm gonna quickly tell you what's upcoming next week and the next couple of weeks. So next week we're heading to Cambodia, to Angkor Wat. We're gonna explore the whole massive complex of the temple of Angkor Wat. That's coming up next week. So that's same time, same place next week. And then the following week, if you watch the first ever Tomb Raider movie with Angelina Jolie, we will be going to what is called the Tomb Raider temple in Angkor Wat. And what makes the Tomb Raider temple so unique is that it's been overtaken by the trees that are growing around there. So it just has a really unique look. And you also see, having seen Wat Arun today, you're gonna see how Hinduism has like influenced architecture here at Wat Arun and also in Angkor Wat. And then, so those are the next 2 weeks. And then starting at the beginning of May, for the following subsequent 2 weeks, we're going to be going to a tiny little country, I think it's the smallest country in Asia. And it's called a very obscure country called Brunei. Hey lethargy. We'll be going to Brunei, which is, I'm really excited to take you around there. It's so small, and so for our first tour there, we're gonna just walk around the town, because the town itself is literally so tiny, and it's the main city is literally just one square. We're gonna walk around that area, and then we're gonna take a boat trip, because Brunei is the land surrounding Brunei is in Borneo. So we're gonna go on a boat, and we're definitely gonna see some wildlife. Even just in the town, we're gonna see some monkeys and maybe some crocodiles. Roller skating pony is asking, is watching Tomb Raider required homework, Matt? What I will do is I will put a link on my Facebook group, and if you want to see the whole scene where the Tomb Raider section of Angkor Wat was shot, I'll put up that scene on my Facebook group. Facebook group links are on my profile here, so I'll put that up before we do that tour. Yeah, so it's Susan O saying yes, it's a sultanate. So Brunei is a sultanate. They're actually a very wealthy country, and I'll quickly tell you a fun fact about it. Is that they've got a land in Australia that's bigger than the whole country where they get meat from, and that's one of the fun facts about Brunei. And then the last tour we'll be doing in Brunei will be the following week. That's the second week in May. We're going to be going to, so before Brunei became more modernized, everyone used to live on the water, and these houses still exist. These stilted houses on the water still exist, and we're going to be going to visit those houses. So I'm super excited to be taking you there. So that's the next 4 upcoming weeks. Pamela's just asked, how do I buy a coffee? It's linked on my profile. and it should be in the messages here. And also my Facebook group is also linked here. So if you want to join that group, I always post, if we go to a place, I always like to post a little bit of extra information. Sometimes not everything makes it into what I share with you. So I always post, so if you want to join that, you can do that. And Lynn's just sharing that the name of she's just said Ta Prom. That's the name of the Tomb Raider temple, the one we'll be visiting in 2 weeks. So a lot of exciting things. And if you look out on my Facebook group, I'll also be doing a pop-up tour in Hong Kong. So if you're not subscribed yet, please hit subscribe. Join the Facebook group if you want to find out extra information, and my Facebook group. And yeah, you can, and of course all my tours are on all the former Hago related websites. I'll always post there. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate seeing all of you on tour, and look out for a pop-up tour at a similar time to this coming up this week. And yeah, next stop Cambodia and then Brunei. I'm really excited. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you soon. Thanks Pamela, Evelyn, Tish, Lynn, Susan, Lethargy, Joanne, Lynn, Cece, Deirdre, and let's see, and Cheryl and Diane. Thank you so much for joining. I will see you next time. Bye bye. And thanks to all of you who maybe didn't type anything in the comments but have been watching. Thanks for joining me today. Cool. See you.